Hold on. Look who we got. We got Chris Guy. So, hey, Chris, what's up?
The guy.
You said you wanted someone to call you, so I figured I'd call.
Okay.
No, we got So Republican Party leader Rob Carbone, we made a fun joke here, haha. But he did have a nice little interview with this is the guy, a sovereign citizen, is that what you're saying?
Oh, Kevin J. Johnston. Yeah, he's he's a proponent of this like sovereign citizen thing.
Are you guys aware of what this sovereign citizen thing is? Because we can look into that. We haven't looked into, have we? We did some.
I think maybe we touched on it a little when we watched some of those cop videos.
Yeah.
But I don't think we've done like a specific sovereign citizen cover. So we'll get into that a little later in case you guys don't know about it.
Yeah.
But right now we're excited. We got some timestamps here from this amazing interview, which is, in fact, I liked it so much. That's why we decided to make this ode to the interview, right? That's why we did the parody, because it's so culturally significant. This was such a great moment for our society that I think it's going to be a turning point in our government.
Yeah.
And so I really wanted to capture this moment, encapsulate it, and have a piece of it for myself, really.
That's right. Well, we really think, it's kind of like, Steven Crowder with his bits. They're so funny. They make me laugh so much. I want to do exactly that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to get at. Yeah.
Yeah. Duck Speaker says, isn't that kind of like anarchism? Yeah, or anarchy. Yes. Being a sovereign citizen, I don't think Rob Carbone. I don't know. Carl will enlighten us here.
Yeah, we don't know. Carbone seems like, he operates under not the parliamentary laws, right? He operates under the Republican framework of government. So I don't know if that's the same thing as these sovereign citizen guys, but like,
I don't know.
Carbone's very elusive with his specific thoughts on things.
Yeah.
So we got a few times. I'd say we start 9 minutes in. I'd say that's probably
9 minutes in. This is how boring you guys are. 9 minutes we can skip. Thank you.
Well, a lot of it is, like waiting.
Introduction.
For the show to start.
Oh, I see. Because it's a live thing. All right. It's like us.
Ability. Okay, so we'll take.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I need the full experience in my ears. Bang, dude. Carbone seems like such a guy I want to party with. All right.
So, did he give off this kind of masculine vibe when he was in my apartment?
Yeah, well, he was pretty alpha, I must say. He was out. He out alphaed me. That's for sure. He showed me who's boss. Is what I mean. That's what I mean.
I wish I was here.
Yeah. Well, it's something. You get humbled by it, but you also learn a few things.
Yeah.
Sent you a screenshot, Andy Scott says on Facebook. He sends me a screen. I'll check that out. Carbone is all bass, no treble, says Duck Speaker. All right, well, we'll see. Check it out. I've never seen him in this type of action during, a nice conversation. Let's watch.
O'Toole. Drop the O, and that's exactly who he is.
Yeah, the Tool.
A Tool. He should be ashamed of himself.
Well, absolutely. And Rob, let me tell you this. I've met Aaron O'Toole, and I found him to be completely lacking in integrity, but most importantly, masculinity. And if you're going to be the...
See, and this is why, we must point out, this is why Carl was standing. Carl, Rob sits for no man.
No, Rob sits for no man.
He's going to stand up.
Not only does he not kneel, but he won't even sit for you.
Holy shit. I'll pull this up after, boys. Thanks. So, Andy over here on Facebook sent me a screenshot. Well, we don't need to show it, but total spent page on ads, social issues, elections, politics. He spent $42,000 on ads. That's crazy. But I can say that not a lot.
A couple hundred of them were spent on us, though.
A little bit was spent on us. Not that much, because the video did well, but it's not $42,000. I would have appreciated that. All right. So
maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Here we go.
Party. You got to have some spine and some testicles, and he has neither. You have that in spades.
This to do anything.
All right.
This is our next
And you
prime
see all
minister.
These guys, okay, they're putting these donation buttons, right? Like, I want to get your money. I need your money, right, in order to do something with themselves. You know what? I'm funding my own party. I have posted
Carbone
my
funding
wealth,
himself
what
doesn't
I'm
need
worth.
donation. Right?
Funded billionaire. That's the thing. That's what I respect.
No donations needed.
No. Don't do
Now,
that.
some people have pointed out that, look, under the legal system, you can only donate $5,000 to your own independent campaign. And if you're running a party, I mean, you'd have to register that. But otherwise, I mean, I think the maximum donation is like $1,650 to other candidates. So, I mean, if you can run a campaign on $1,650, like, I have more than that to spend towards a campaign. I could outfund you. You know what I mean? But like, it's insane to think that that's how he thinks. But I mean, also he says he doesn't need to abide by the parliamentary laws because there's a Republican framework of government he can operate under.
No, well, I mean, I think he doesn't even go that far, Carl. Here's his logic, and you must follow here because, I mean, maybe you'll learn a few things.
I wish I could have confronted him on some of these things. You know, it's too bad I missed him.
Too bad he's a pussy. But no. So here's what happens, Carl. Maybe you missed this. He's a Republican, huh? Therefore, he can operate under the Republican framework. Yay!
Okay. Oh, I get it now. I think I'm starting to get it, but I think I might have to give him a phone call in order to really get it.
Hey, Carbone, would you like to have a chat with us? Just a nice chat. Hey, I'm not in with this. I'm not no violence. I like to talk ideas here. That's what I like. You've said things about threats. I denounce all that completely at a 100%.
I've actually posted something like this, what's called a bearer bond, okay? That's a bearer bond. That's a certified bearer bond that's worth about $500 million.
You see that?
Right there?
Here we go.
Okay.
There we go. See? You pulled it. That was good. I love that. Hey.
All right, but guess what, Kevin? I've got lots.
Oh!
This
He's
guy
got,
has
look
money.
at this fucking, this guy's rolling in the Benjis. What, isn't he? Who?
And this
Kinda
party
guy I
is
like.
going to fund everything that Canada needs.
Okay. Now, with you being worth
So did you? Come on, this guy. I wonder if this guy is. Well, he's a sovereign citizen. I don't know. He's pretty crazy himself, but he himself is a sovereign citizen. Did you hear that reaction? Look at him
That's a
looking
bearer
right there.
bond.
He's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Certified
Yes.
bearer bond that's worth about $500 million. See it right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, okay, yeah, moving on. You look like an idiot,
All right,
but he
guess
keeps
what,
going.
Kevin, I've got lots.
You
This
got
party
what?
has money.
You got lots.
And this party is going to fund
Yes.
everything that Canada needs.
Okay.
Okay, you fucking idiot.
Now, with you being worth that
That
amount
money
of money,
is going to fund everything Canada needs. So now he's not just funding the party. Now he's funding Canada.
Yo, when a sovereign citizen looks like you like an idiot, when a guy who thinks he's a sovereign
Yeah.
citizen looks at you
Yeah.
cross like that, you're a little fucking loony, I think. He's like, yo, I think I can just, I'm an individual and I don't have to abide by, regular laws, but you're a little fucked up.
Yeah, you're kind of weird.
and you wanting to run this country and fund it yourself, I mean, would there be any reason for anybody to doubt what you're saying?
No, they can't because we have lawyers who can testify my wealth and everything. Someone wants to challenge me, go for it.
Well, you're
Yo, he sounds like such a fun guy to talk to. I want an interview with Carbone. I do.
your house is pretty sweet, brother. I know you've got
Oh, yeah,
wealth.
dude.
But more
I wish you would
importantly,
man
I want to
up
get your
and
take
face
on,
us.
on what real
In an interview.
I mean, look, listen, we've done a few videos on Carbone, and we're very, we pick at him, but I mean, we're very, we're not mean
But like,
guys.
hey, if he was here, I'd wear a suit for real, and
yeah.
I'd be respectful, Of,
The guy-
but
I don't know.
but yeah, I
Really
mean, I would just wish he would be man enough to come on the show.
It would be, it would be funny. Duck Speaker says sovereignty is true until you meet overwhelming government force. Well, so this is Duck Speaker. I think we have to operate under a few laws that we agree upon. I don't know. So
Wrong with the current big three crazy parties. That would be the Greens, Liberals, and NDP. What's going on in these parties that make them so crazy?
I can't even answer why they're crazy, to be quite honest. I don't
see, that's a problem. Isn't that a problem, guys? He's not a real politician. He hasn't thought this through. Why are these?
Listen, I can't answer why these other people are crazy,
Well,
but they're crazy. That's all.
Like every common Joe, every common person out there. This isn't a complicated issue. Every common person that is tired of like their attitude and the way they kind of
the government is
race
crazy
into everything and like that. Yeah, they're just. This is the easiest thing to do is to tell everybody why you think the left is crazy. You know.
I don't understand how they
He's a leftist though, isn't he?
behave.
So he can't criticize them.
No.
But, more importantly,
'Cause
Hill,
he's
I wanna
one of
get
them.
your take on
Like, what is he gonna do? Because I mean, I hate how the left always brings up white supremacy and like as a defense tactic. He doesn't.
I hate how they delete people's comments and ban them.
Yeah, they don't
Nope.
seem to respect freedom of speech. Really, he either. He doesn't. But I mean, yeah. What are the main criticisms of the left? I don't think he can't really say because he's a leftist to that degree.
what really is wrong with the current big
He's a progressive,
three
sorry.
crazy parties? That would be the Greens, Liberals, and NDP. What's going on in these parties that make them so crazy?
I can't even answer why they're crazy, to be quite honest. I don't understand how they think or behave.
No clue.
I mean, it's radical. I just can't comprehend stupid.
Oh, God.
It's a radical.
And not just that, it's like when you're lying, like you like often you like there's this projection thing, but it's like it's you. Like you say the complete opposite of what is true, right? It's like
I can't.
Yeah,
even
it's
answer
the
why
rule
they're
of
crazy,
-1, right?
I don't understand how they.
You just
think or
take
behave.
whatever's true and -1,
because so he says I don't understand how
Like-
they think or behave. You do.
like times -1. You know.
Yeah, I can't explain why I can't. I know I can't understand how they think or behave either. Like, but I can.
Listen, they're crazy, but I don't understand it.
But I can tell you
they're a radical.
why the way they're behaving is annoying me. Like that was the question. It's not why do you think they're annoying you, or like how do you think they're thinking that's getting you to be annoyed?
Get into their minds.
Yeah, he's just
Right
asking
now.
you. You're getting annoyed by them. We're all, aren't we? Like he's kind of putting you in. So why do you think?
I mean, it's radical. I just can't comprehend stupid.
Irradical, by the way. It's irradical.
Yeah, it's a radical.
Now, how do you think that Canadians allowed this to happen?
Is that a
Well,
thing?
I mean, Canadians obviously supported these parties, hoping that something will come out of it, but nothing does. I mean, we're going to constantly, if we
very blanket, something will come out of it. Like what?
Something, dude. Something.
Yo, you know what? That is a
You'll
majority
get
of
something with Carbone.
But he does. Okay, so here's the thing, though. He is correct. He is like the baseline voter. Like that is how the baseline voters think. That's my opinion. It's like I feel like there's a lot of people who vote, but they're like, I hope something comes out of it. A lot of people do think like that. That's Carbone, though. He falls under that category.
follow the parliamentary laws, we're never going to get anywhere. I'm telling you that
there you
straight.
go.
See.
The
We
parliamentary
need real
laws.
change, a change of government. That's important. We could talk about policies all day long, folks. I'm telling you right now, all day long, nothing's going to change.
So
unless-
is he asking for so he's trying, or like let's say we take him seriously. He's trying to
Which is hard.
yeah. Like he knows that when we critiqued him and we said, yeah, you have to go through the process of parliament and then change it within the system. He's like, yeah, I know that's what you think. I don't want to do that because that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I just want to form my Republican government and then go to war with the parliamentary system, I guess.
I don't know what he's expecting.
I don't know.
To just overthrow the government?
I think so. That's
Like-
what it must be what he's thinking.
we actually
I don't know how that
vote
works.
somebody in to change the entire government system that actually is going to be working for you, not the
Oh,
other
okay.
way around.
No. Okay, so never mind. Then he put it all back together, and so then he's saying, yes, we got to vote for a guy that's going to go in and change it through the parliamentary system.
But he's saying fuck the parliamentary laws at the same time. He's saying, look, you got to get somebody into the parliamentary system as prime minister, because he said that before.
Yeah.
Right? In order to change the system. But fuck the parliamentary laws, because we're going to uphold a Republican framework. But it's like, you need to establish the Republican framework first. Like, you need to, if you're going to become prime minister, then you need to uphold the parliamentary laws to ever have a chance of getting there.
Yeah. Doug Speaker says, Canadian Republican Army, go home. British soldiers, go on home. Yeah, well.
But he doesn't even oppose the British monarchy.
That's the thing. Yeah.
It's
not like that he doesn't mention it. He mentions it. He mentions it in his whatever the fuck in his like his platform or whatever he said. Like,
yeah, it was on his site.
On his site that he doesn't oppose the monarchy.
Yeah, he's like, no, he doesn't. He doesn't seek to dismantle the British monarchy, whatever they like.
Oh, there we go. That's a good one. Andy Scott he's giving great advice for anyone who wants to be prime minister. To be a prime minister, you need an emergency blackface kit. I've heard of these.
Oh yeah.
What's his stance on the military? Specifically, I think you just like doesn't he just generally say more funding?
Yeah. He wants to expand it. There's not enough military, so he says more.
Yeah.
Be that way. In fact, it's even listed that the president of the United States.
That'd be one question we'd be willing to dive in. Like if Carbone wants to go on the show and like, so I mean, there's not a lot of doesn't seem like that's a good question on the military. He wants to expand it. Like I mean, so maybe more details.
Throughout all these
military
prime ministers, it just got changed. I mean, you got to remember they work with the big corporations, right? So the corporations fund these guys on the back end, right? Just so they can get their way in this country. And our country has just opened up the market for Chinese and never want to come in here.
You know when people were saying, what was it? Is Sloan our Trump? No. Carbone is our Trump.
Yeah, well, he's trying to be.
He is. He's just like not successful.
Yeah. I mean.
At politics. I don't know about his business. He seems successful at it. Well, I don't know. It's like his business seems shady, but he likes to fucking tell us that he's successful there. Maybe he's successful there.
Could be. I've seen no evidence of
it. I mean, a nice sharp suit. That's not evidence enough for you. All right. Okay. See. All right.
Well, me, hell no, that ain't gonna happen. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take my boot and kick everybody out of this country, refugees and all.
Wait a minute. What did you say?
Corporations, right? So the corporations fund these guys on the back end, right? Just so they can get their way in this country. And our country has just opened up the market for Chinese and never want to come in here. With me, hell no, that ain't going to happen. As a matter of fact, they're going to take my boot and kick everybody out of this country. Refugees.
Yeah, very Trump-like. Like, this is him trying. Like, this is a Trump opportunity.
And all.
Refugees and all.
You and I talked very briefly about immigration policies. I mean, we agreed that immigration.
I'm going to stop it.
All right.
Isn't this guy a sovereign citizen? How does that work for him? That he wants to that he just wants to be hard on immigration.
I don't know. Yeah, you would think
you would think he'd be like
you would think you're like, oh well, I don't really recognize your border because I'm a citizen of the world or whatever.
Well, I mean, that's like where does sovereign citizen end, right? To me, like that should be the end. Like if you play it out. You become like that should be your ideology. Is you're a world sovereign citizen. It should apply everywhere. Otherwise, you're just
although a lot of it is based in the idea of common law. So a lot of it is just based in like the Commonwealth and the United States and that kind of stuff.
Oh, I see.
Right, because they often, in order to defend themselves, they'll use common law, which is like as if common law supersedes parliamentary laws, right? Which it doesn't. Because like if there's no law in place, right, then you can refer to common law, right? Like if your country didn't make a specific rule around a specific issue, then you can refer to common law. Okay. But your country's laws supersede, like parliamentary laws supersede common law.
Yeah. I see. So okay, so that's what they're saying. Makes sense now. Okay, but this guy. Okay, so strict immigration. John V is on the YouTubies. Howdy again. He's the one that asked about military. He says, "Have you guys seen the video of Travis Patron demanding an interview at CBC and then having the cops called on him?"
No, I have not seen that.
We've covered a bit about him. He's a little wacky, like it seems. But I've seen also a video of him like in a field talking about them, I guess is the way to say. That one I haven't seen. I've heard about him getting
like a lawsuit.
Yeah. Didn't he get arrested?
Yeah.
Detained
there was
or
something. Yeah, he was getting charged. Yeah.
Because he submitted like a some memo or something saying how he.
Well, there was also that thing where he wanted to seize the library.
There was that.
I don't know how that turned out.
Andy Scott says, "I'm firing up the meme machine, boys. Round 2." Legendary.
No immigration.
But yeah, so Travis Patron. No, I haven't seen that video. We might do something on it. I mean, I hear a lot about his name, and he's a very controversial figure. It seems like if
you can send us the video if you want. Send it to the Discord there, or one of our Twitter handles, or info@chanceoffluri.ca.
Yeah, the Twitter, because I know that on YouTubies they don't like links. Oftentimes we don't see the links. So
yeah, just send it over there, and we'll cover it like tomorrow.
Yeah, because I know, like, with these, it seems like if you're attached to Travis Patron, you're deemed like a white supremacist and stuff like this. We'll say it again, just because the left is annoying with it. We denounce racial.
Well, I mean, hey, this is another reason why we think Carbone may be a leftist here, because he's quick to call the white supremies.
Yeah, that's true. We denounce. Well, I'd always speak for myself, but I'm sure Carl agrees. We denounce racial supremacy. Just.
Of any kind, yeah.
White supremacy is included, obviously. But, anyways, don't want to harp on that. Anyway, are we done with this? Is there another timestamp?
We got a few. So let's go to 22:30.
22:30. Here we go.
I know what you do, pal. Listen, Carmen Wagler's asking the question here. This is kind of a repeat question. Who is in the riding for Alberta? But the most important thing is, will the West get fair votes in the elections? And also, what is your view on gun ownership? Go ahead.
Well, I believe in the Second Amendment. I mean, I wish some of these people will actually just go to my site, because the questions that they have, the answers are there.
Pauses.
So we're going to...
Oh, there.
So this guy is running for Prime Minister of Canada, right?
Yeesh.
And he's referencing the Second Amendment.
That's true. That's the thing. It's like you have to be careful, because I've done that as a Canadian, but it's simply because we don't have a Second Amendment, and But
you are also not trying to be Prime Minister.
No, no, that's true. But what I'm saying is, like, he should be we should be criticizing him, because he should be very careful with his words with this. You should just be like, at least saying, listen, we should have, like the United States has the Second Amendment, but it's like, I don't know. It seems like, is he from?
But he says, I believe in the Second Amendment.
Yeah, it's like it wouldn't be a Second Amendment with us.
Yeah, we don't have that.
It would just be gun rights. So John V says, he got arrested for, so this is the patron. He got arrested for hate speech for making a video that was held for 48 hours. I believe that's the video we saw. Where
that's the video we're talking about.
Which is the Jews. Titled
the parasitic tribe or whatever that he's talking about.
John V just said, the parasitic tribe, then them 2A rights, What does it mean? 2A rights?
Second Amendment.
Oh, yes, right. Sorry. Second Amendment. So, yeah, I think I haven't seen I think the guy's in love with President Trump. Yeah, Teresa Campbell. How's it going, Teresa Campbell? She's in the chat. Yeah, so I haven't seen the video where he asks for an interview, but we'll check for it if you want to send it to the Twitter and stuff. It'd be something we'd cover.
We're going to have guns come into this country. We have the Second Amendment that we're going to apply.
So we'll have the same amendment.
I'm going to apply the Second Amendment.
We're going to apply the Second Amendment.
This party is absolutely no different than in the U.S. It's identical. Only I'm new blood. We change some things for the better for the people, right?
Sorry, what
Options that
did
they
this guy
have.
say?
Your view on gun ownership.
So we're going to have guns come into this country. We have the Second Amendment that we're going to apply.
So
What
we'll
does he
have the same amendments or the same laws as
This
would
party is
Yeah, this guy's correcting him. He's like, "Oh, you sound so
Yeah.
stupid."
It's
So
like,
we're
so
gonna
we're gonna
have.
have the same amendments and the same laws.
is absolutely no different than in the U.S. It's identical. Only I'm new blood. We've changed some things for the better for the people, right?
Yeah,
That's it.
About free tuition, vaccinating all pets,
Yeah.
providing ATMs with 24-hour armed security guards. It's a little different for the people.
For the people. Teresa says, great. She says, we're going smooth and fine and dandy. She's from Lethbridge, Alberta. Very cool. Awesome. Alberta. That's we like some of the politics that comes out of Alberta. You guys,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I wish
Sometimes my heart grows fond of Alberta. Sometimes I want to go there. Sometimes I want to live there.
people actually just study the Republican framework of government, then they can understand what this
again, the
party's all
Republican
about.
framework. This is like a catch-all phrase for this.
Yeah. By the way, we're Ontario.
Because
Anyway, jump to like 2620.
2620. Here we go.
be an election in the spring. Victoria's
no, that
at
ain't happening.
no,
No.
not
I
happening.
know a lot of people talk about, say this is going to happen, snap next is going to happen. It doesn't happen. First of all, I would know, right? Oh, hold on. Look what we got. We got Chris Sky.
Ah! Special appearance from Chris Sky. I love Chris Sky. Muscle
Oh
man.
yeah,
Muscle boy.
Muscle Man.
No
What's
way.
up, buddy?
Oh boy.
No,
If you
no,
put Chris on, he'll talk for the next 3 hours. I love the guy.
no, I know. Hey, Chris, what's
I
up?
love the guy.
I don't know. You said you wanted someone to call you, so I figured I'd call.
Okay.
He got caught. No. Come on. And so that shows that he didn't he wanted to plan this out, but he also didn't want Chris Sky to know that he was planning this out. But Chris Sky was too dumb for it. Chris Sky is Chris Sky is informing him on when the election will be held. Yeah, that's true. And Teresa Campbell.
Man.
Oh, dude, this is the best part, man. Who said that? Andy said a meme was going to be made. That's a great
there he
part.
is. That's Chris Sky.
Oh, and he's embarrassed. He's embarrassed. Look at him.
Chris,
Look at this reaction again. He's like, "Oh, you didn't want me to call you." And then he's so dejected.
on, he'll talk for the next 3 hours. I love the guy.
No, I know. Hey, Chris, what's up?
I don't know. You said you wanted someone to call you, so I figured I'd call.
Okay, there you are. So there he is. That's Chris Sky.
There he is. Oh, you motherfucker. After this stream, he's going to call him back. He's going, "You why'd you do that? You know I look stupid on that show now. Fucking.
Chris, you're the best.
I guess we'll let him go, okay? So, Chris,
I'll let him go, dude. You fucked it up." So the plan was he gets a call and then he says, "Listen, Chris, I'm on an interview. I can't talk. I'm busy, a guy, But then he calls. "You wanted me to call. This is Chris Sky. I gotta go." He hangs up immediately. It's at least play it off and then say, "No, yeah, I wanted him to call because you had something to say about COVID." Or so. Play it off like you actually did want this to happen.
okay, we'll talk, Chris.
You
Well, you know it's a
fucking
Chris call because
moron.
He's probably the ballsiest person out there right now.
There you go.
Right,
Victor,
right.
yeah, so I got to ask this question here
No.
for you. Victor Urzak
No shame either. He just keeps going.
is asking the question, is taxation theft?
Oh, boy.
Sorry, I didn't hear it.
Is taxation theft?
Is it theft?
Yes.
Well, how does he see it as theft?
He doesn't even understand that question.
And
That's
the-
a common libertarian question, right?
And the way it was phrased, my
And
my
the guy
feeling-
asking it is a sovereign citizen, right?
Yeah.
A lot of these guys believe taxation is theft.
Yeah, and the way that's the thing. So the way he worded it is like it was a leading question. It's you should say yes. It's like a yes, and then no. Then you're gonna have to debate this guy. Is taxation? Why does he think it's theft? Oh fuck. And then now he's probably gonna have to like be corrected and then go, oh yeah, it's theft. Yeah, sorry, that was my other personality.
Well, I'm asking you if you
Well,
see
I'm
it.
asking him. How does he see that?
That was
as
my
theft?
progressive.
Who's
personality.
him?
Well, I suppose.
Oh,
if
they're
we're
getting
talking
questions
about
from other
municipal
people,
Oh,
from like viewers. and shit.
okay.
taxes. when
So that's
they're
where
being
that
taken
question came from.
and just thrown away and not actually being
So
used.
this guy doesn't think taxation is theft. I'm not saying whether I think it is. I think some of it is, yes. But
For everything that we've been promised, I suppose that would be theft. But he doesn't actually say how he
It's
feels.
technically theft. That's something else.
wait a minute. So he hasn't even gone through this debate. Like this is the first time he hears the question:
Yeah,
is
he doesn't even
taxation theft?
understand the concept of taxation being
I
theft.
feel-
Which, like I said, it's like a common libertarian thing. You'd feel like a person on the right would probably have heard this argument.
Yeah. What is he doing? Like, I mean, you're in politics. This is like 101. This is the first question you're asked, and then you're, oh wow.
Well,
So he hasn't thought about it, guys. Vote
I
for
would say,
Carbone.
Rob, I would say it this
I
way.
don't-
I mean, maybe,
That's a good question.
I'll add to for him because
He's like, it's not theft though. It's something else.
Something else. And then this guy, I think it's theft. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's theft. I guess. Yeah.
That the entire nation should pay one tax only, right? Maybe down to 7-8%. Make it
Oh,
fair
okay.
across the board for everybody.
That sounds fair. Okay. Look, I've advocated for 10.
Yeah.
I've advocated for 10.
I'm a proponent
But
of
7,
flat
8.
tax.
Maybe if you can work it out with the services. Like I know I did like a nation building tool to make sure that my economics matched up, but they kind of did. And if he feels like he can run his plan off of 7-8%, then I mean we'll look at that, right? He thinks what is it? Universal daycare, universal like free tuition for people post-secondary, free pet health care. He wanted to include some
Very
sort of
important.
dental care, elderly care, veteran care, expanding the military. So basically, he wants to expand every level of government and drastically reduce our taxes.
Amazing.
It's just strange.
It sounds really appealing.
Yes.
Although anyone who has any understanding of economics could probably poke a few holes in your plan.
Few.
Shit, these, what do they got? GSTs, I don't know, whatever they got here.
He doesn't know. Play it.
I'm not.
Play the
We're not
next
done. Okay.
Play the next thing he says.
Okay.
Right? Maybe down to 7-8%. Make it fair across the board for everybody. This bullshit, these, what do they got? GSTs, I don't know, whatever they got here. I don't pay taxes, so I don't care. Point is,
So pause it. So he doesn't pay taxes.
Sir.
This is the same man who was waving around $500 bonds.
Yo.
He doesn't pay taxes.
He has. Listen, he has to be a troll. This can't be serious. This can't be serious. No. What?
It's like, what do you got? Like GST? I don't know. I don't pay taxes. Which, like, GST is like the sales tax. What, you don't pay sales tax?
Sir, how do you get around that? Is he native or something? I don't know. They don't even get away with that everywhere.
is that I think it's fair that we just make it even across the board for everyone. Lower the tax, because that way things can be more affordable.
By the way,
for
props to the
economy, right?
interviewer. I was watching his face. His face did not move one bit.
No.
Impressive.
Well,
Okay,
that's
jump to
what
like
economists-
31 minutes.
31 minutes.
This is another interesting moment.
Here we go.
What's the value of that?
This one here, 6,500.
Oh, I see.
Right there.
No.
That suit
Oh,
you're
this is the
wearing right
value of
now
the
is worth
suit.
more than
Yeah,
that car,
okay.
So I mean,
Jacket, well, I don't know. Let's see who makes it.
Here we go.
Right there. Can you see it?
no, I can't see that. Who is it?
Nelly.
Oh, okay. So what's the value of that?
This one here, 6,500.
Kenneth Cole from
$6,500
Oh,
for
that.
that.
Yeah.
So he says this is a $6,500 suit from, I forget, car what is it?
Let me see.
Anyway, when I
Right
first
now,
watched the
isn't it?
interview,
Yeah.
when I first watched the interview, he mentioned it. I thought it was interesting. So I just went on the site to look up their suits.
Carl's a suit man. You're a suit man.
Oh yeah, I've
he knows
sold
his suits.
suits. I did some alterations in my life. Yeah, I've owned suits ever since high school. I used to wear a suit, pretty much every day for a while in high school there. So I'm a connoisseur. So he showed the brand. So I went to the site. The most expensive suit they have on that site is about $3,500. Now they do custom work, but that suit doesn't fit him right. So either it's an old suit, which means he probably would have paid a lot less for it, or it's off the rack, which means at most he paid about $3,500.
Fuck yeah.
But he's saying 65, so he's again inflating his value.
Yes, he is.
Is what I believe.
We have our friend Nathan in the chat. He says, "Suit man, Carl." Yeah, and Canameme says he's in there in the chat. He says straight up Arrested Development. He says this is straight. I mean, yes, that's what it is.
No, I can't see that. Who is it?
Nelly.
Oh, okay. So what's the value of that?
Canelli.
This one here, 6,500.
He knows off the top of his
6,500.
head, just a big lie.
Yeah, what I want to say about that is just the very fact that you're willing to put your time, money,
And I mean, if
energy-
you're a wealthy man, like a billionaire, I assume that you probably have quite a few suits.
Mhm.
I don't know if you know the exact dollar value of every one, because again, as a billionaire, you usually spend so much time looking at price tags.
It's true.
into looking good, but you also have the money to fund your own party, which is something that the other guys don't have.
But I'm having some issues because there are a lot of people saying
They
hey,
really
I
are
want
trying to go this Trump route.
fund your party. They want to be part of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Listen to this, though.
Kind of like we might have to open up a button just for them. You know what I mean? Because there are people that want to contribute. They want to be part of this, right? Say, hey, you know what? I'm backing you up. I believe in you. Even if it hurts to take money out of their pocket, you know what I mean? They want to feel that pain and they want to support me, right? So it's 22. I mean, I don't really want donations, but you might have to take a small percentage just to make some Canadians happy.
You may have.
Pause it.
I mean,
So he really doesn't want to take your donation, but he might have to open up a button to make Canadians happy. He really doesn't want your money, but he wants you to feel like you're part of the party.
He does. He's a thoughtful man, the guy. Let me see here. I apologize, boys. Let me keep playing. Someone in the chat says can't hear him.
You'll
No,
give
Me
him
or this guy.
I don't know. Everybody else is commenting. We got one person playing games with me, I think. You're in trouble if this is not true. I'm going to check.
tax receipts, I'm sure, so we're good.
Well, my manager told me straight up. I got actually two of them. He said that we might have to do that just to make them feel like they're part of the team.
Okay.
Never-
Here we go.
never
Oh, actually, Carmen Wagner.
My merchandise, I've got a bunch of idiots out there thinking that I'm selling all kinds of merchandise and I've made a lot of money. I've made zero, as a matter of fact.
0.
Okay, so we can jump to about 35 minutes.
All right.
And here he gives a bit of a plan as to how he's going to do something.
Give me a second here. I apologize. Shelly. Who's Shelly? Shelly McCallum. She says good now. Are you trolling me? Don't do that again, my lady. Sorry, what was the timestamp?
About 35 minutes.
35 minutes. I was going to flip this table, I'm telling you. Here we
On
go.
the left coast, they claim we don't know what form that we need. All right, look, what are we going to do about this masks and lockdowns? Let's just answer that question.
Well, it's very simple. Just, live your life. Just what you did before this even started. Dismiss them. Forget about them.
Are you going to get rid of all the mask laws in this country or mask
Oh,
suggestions?
definitely. I mean, this is just ludicrous. Come on. They want to mask everybody up just to silence everybody.
All right.
This
I
is
hear you.
It's just very meme. It's just very like it's what you see scrolling. You wake up on Facebook, you go, "What's going on?" Then your aunt posted that. You know,
Yeah.
they want to mask us to silence us. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right, Tina.
Who's Tina?
I don't know. It's just like, you know,
Oh, okay,
that's who
okay.
posts that, you know? It's like your aunt Tina.
Yeah, Aunt
you know?
Tina. Shit, yeah, Tina, I get it. Like, yeah, we've been saying that. Like, you say it once and then it loses its value. I'm just saying. I don't know. I cringe.
What do we do then?
Wyatt says it's clearly a $65 million suit. Really? Wyatt's a, you know, I don't know. Maybe Wyatt knows his suits more than Carbone, and you, maybe. Because I don't know. I look at that, I see 65 million. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, now that it's been worn by Carbone, for sure.
That's true, actually. This is clear. Yes. Favorite suit I've ever seen is a jacket worn by Conor McGregor. And it's like these lines, dotted lines, very small. And if you zoom in, if you look in real close, these lines are it's just lines of fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Fuck you. But it looks good. Like, it really looks good.
Yeah, that's cool.
My biggest thing, Rob, is education. The education system in Ontario.
Actually, we want to get to it sooner before an actual election. If we could just pick up 8 million votes, 8 million votes, that's all we need. We can form our own government, and the hell with them.
Well, yeah. And what are your plans for
Positive.
education? Do you want to go?
What?
So this guy skips over that entirely.
Yeah,
You know, he goes,
yeah,
okay, so what are your plans for education? But he just said that we want to do this before an election. All I need is 8 million votes, and we can form our own government.
Okay, let me just. He said
Go
this.
national.
He said this. Let me see.
What do we do now?
Dismiss them. Forget about them.
All
Really?
right.
This
I
is
hear you.
what we've come.
What do we do then? My biggest thing, Rob,
What we need.
Okay, so there it is.
is
Sorry.
education. The education system in Ontario.
Actually, we
He
wanna
said
get to it
8 million.
sooner before an actual election. If we could
Yeah.
just pick up 8 million votes, 8 million votes, that's all we need. We can form our own government, and the hell with them.
To hell with them. 8 million.
So
votes.
before an election, he wants 8 million votes. So I don't know how you get votes before the election. But he wants 8 million votes before the election so that we can form our own government.
How does this happen? Like, how does this occur?
Are you talking about like you want to get 8 million people together to just like go to
Make a
Ottawa
petition?
and throw everybody out? Because
Yeah.
like that would work, but that's insane.
Does he mean a petition?
Even
Votes.
that, like you can't. Even if people sign, even if you got 8 million people to sign a petition, you're not just throwing government out
No, you're not. I'm just mean
without
like,
an election. Like you might
Yeah.
get an election. You know,
That's
if
right.
you get 8 million people to sign a petition, you might get an election. You might be able to like
Yeah.
squeeze out an election, but you're not just gonna form your own government.
That's a weird fucking thing to say, my
Well,
friend.
yeah. and
So-
are your
What a
plans
weird
for-
guy.
So this is
Okay, so
what
you wanna go
I am going to assume he means when he talks about like Republican framework and all this, is that he means he can get 8 million people and then he forms his own government. He's not actually going to run an election or anything. He's just trying to get 8 million people on his side, and then he's just going to say like, yep, that's my government.
That's fucked up.
This is
I
what I
see.
assume he means by Republican framework.
And see, what you said here is what, like,
national or leave it
the
provincial
guy
or
just
regional?
keeps going, doesn't even press him. That's why we want you on the show, Carbone.
Yeah. But also, like, it's interesting because now you know this guy knows he's stupid. Like, he knows
Yeah.
what he just said is really stupid, and he's
Yeah.
like, "All right, but what about something else? Like, because let's just not talk about that."
Do you think, okay, so it's possible, look at his, clearly $8 billion suits. He's a rich guy. Maybe he's got money, maybe not as rich as he thinks, but he must have paid this fucker off to just try to make it. I gotta make me look good. You gotta make me look good. This is a puff piece kind of thing. And this
Well, either
guy's
that or this guy thinks he's trying to pander to Rob Carbone's fans, right?
maybe, yeah.
Like maybe
Because he's got a bigger fan base, maybe, yeah.
No.
I think education should be really.
Oh! Is that where it ends? Sorry, we're having
No.
trouble.
that's
Oh,
not
no.
where it ends.
We're live, dude!
We're live. Did they delete
Oh,
it?
no. Here it is.
Oh, I was gonna say, dude, if we're live and we got this video taken down, that would be
There.
fucking hilarious.
You're going to make the pen.
All right.
Goodbye.
That was amazing. All right, so where were we? Sorry.
Oh, we were like 36 minutes in or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Free education for anybody that goes to college or university.
So
Okay.
free education. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Free education for anyone going to college or university.
That's
get-
not.
We talked about lowering the taxes on everybody to about 7 or 8%, right?
It's true. Where is that gonna fucking go?
So I don't know where this money's coming from. Apparently, there's plenty of funding. I guess he's funding it, is what he was saying earlier, right?
Yeah.
With those bonds that he showed.
It's
And they don't have to pay back the tuition, as a matter of fact.
I don't know what century it is where they still like issue physical bonds to people, but
maybe you can request them because that's what he would do. You know, I want them in paper. I want it, but sir,
it looks like
Yeah,
they're
no.
with like they had like weird Asian characteristics on them. It looks
Which I
like they
hate.
were like from the Bank of China or something, you know, like.
Yeah, just like his merch. It's like everything's from China, even his bonds, his government.
Yeah,
bonds.
but if all his bonds are from like a Chinese bank, then the government basically owns him, right? Because if he ever became leader, they could just be like, "Oh, we just won't cash your bonds."
That's true.
Well, that's an
And I keep hearing about these bonds. Isn't it a fucking stupid idea to buy a bond? Because at this point, it's almost like I heard that if you buy a bond now, like the chances when you cash it out later is gonna be that you're gonna lose money.
Oh, that's why they're Chinese bonds.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, fuck Canada. That's true. He's a smart guy. He's a smarter guy. Smarter guy than me and you.
an easy program to put together. I guess, though,
Yeah,
what do we do?
The Duck Speaker says his plan must be to get 8 million supporters and then say the rules are rigged.
Lots of funding for this, okay?
Right.
Also, like 8 million people. That's not a majority of Canadians.
No, we're like 30.
There's like 38 million people. Like you're like, yeah, 8 million's all we
I'm
need.
more concerned.
Fuck the other
concern is this,
30.
Rob, is
Fuck the other 30.
the
Yeah.
far left controls education in Canada. What do
Right,
you?
Kevin, listen, I don't mean to interrupt you. We know what they're doing. We need to remove it. And how do we do that? How do we do that? Come on, folks, let's just be honest. How do we finally silence them?
Wait a minute. That's not what I want. And I think a lot of people on the right would say the same thing too. We're all for freedom of speech.
Yep.
Well, unless
But he's not on the right.
no.
How do we do it? We got to go right. Rather, if they want to vote for PC, Maxine, Mad Max, or myself, the cup needs to come home on the right side of the field.
Okay.
It
Well,
has to come here.
And like it's all rhetoric with him, and it's all garbage rhetoric. It's like childish,
Yeah.
incoherent.
The cup
You're gonna make
has
the
to come
pendulum
home on the right side of the field.
Yeah.
swing back to the right, I guess. Is that correct?
Well, believe it or not, there's a lot of lefties are actually coming towards me. See, they felt like they were.
Oh, of course they are.
Look at your
You're
platform. It's further left than most.
Wait a minute. He wants free education. He wants free vaccines for everyone. He wants. Control. Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's my guy. Yay!
Trading, let's say, liberal by going to PC, right? Now they have an option that's further right, saying, okay, you know what? I can bypass
Further
this
right,
guy who's
no.
actually a liberal himself, right? And they're going to me.
What? No,
You'd be surprised at support.
Like that's even fun. That's even funnier. We keep critiquing the Conservative Party for being too much on the left. You're still not more on the right than the Conservative Party of Canada. You're more leftist
you're-
than them.
Dude, they're further. He's further. His platform is farther left than the liberal platform.
Liberals.
Like, forget conservative. He's farther left than like the NDP.
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of the things, yeah. I mean, because there's other things like apparently not like the gun rights.
Yeah. Well,
about it, right?
there's a lot of leftists who believe in gun rights too. Like
It's true.
a lot of socialists who believe in gun rights. Like you'd be surprised. It's just the establishment that doesn't like firearms.
It's true.
I mean, I got people from the House, Trudeau, your people, right? I've got a percentage of them that want to come and join me on my party
Retards? You're saying we have retards in that house?
and lead
Yeah,
yours.
he's got liberals, members of the Liberal Party who come join them.
Who said Carbone's our guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoever elected those guys.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. What do I,
I
do?
think you're gonna capture
Trudeau,
them.
tell me. Speak up.
For sure.
He's got to be mute. He's got to go hide in his house.
Well, Trudeau just hides. It's all he does. But listen, I got a question here
Carbone does too.
from
You know
John
what?
Miller.
It reminds me of Sleepy Joe, hide in the basement.
Oh,
come out when you have to, do a little interview.
No! Stop it.
He's literally
Stop it.
just trying so hard to be Trump.
We're in Canada, guy. Fuck off.
You'd think that if you were like, really as much of a big shot as you claim to be, that you could have gotten a real photo with Trump rather than photoshopping yourself into one.
That's one. Yeah, you could have done that.
Inside the basement.
Well, that's why the two of them are dating right now.
Well, they're not dating. They're not gay or anything like that. And there's nothing wrong with being gay, first of all. I'm just saying they're not gay.
Sorry, what?
Trudeau just hides. It's all he does. But listen, I got a question here from John Miller.
It reminds me of Sleepy Joe, hide in the
Okay.
basement, come out when you have to, do a little interview, go back inside the basement.
Well, that's why the two of them are dating right now.
Well, they're not dating. They're not gay or anything like that. And there's nothing wrong with being gay, first of all. I'm just saying they're not
cringe!
gay.
No, come on.
Oh, well, I'm saying that Trudeau.
He does that. He did that whole thing. He's not gay or anything. Nothing wrong with
Nothing wrong with that.
and
And I
Biden.
know for a
Uh,
fact that Trudeau, his father, is the real Trudeau. It's not Castro. Folks, please stop that nonsense. Because
Do you think anyone is serious? Well, actually,
Like, I don't know. I meme about it.
that's the thing. It's a meme. It's uncanny how they resemble each other. So, there's...
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe.
Like, if there's questions, that's why it's a meme.
Yeah,
But no, I don't think anybody out there would be like, for sure.
I wouldn't swear on the Bible in the court of law that, this is what I believe.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put a bet on it. Sorry, I wouldn't put a bet
No,
on
I
it.
wouldn't even put a bet on it. No.
you know what? You're
Although,
making
maybe.
you look stupid when you act this way.
If the odds are there.
Fair enough.
Like,
Where do you stand, Rob, on the military and our veterans?
There you go.
well, the veterans definitely need help. They've never had that. So there's a lot of funding for
Just
them.
for
They're
our
going to
friend.
be covered 100% of everything that they need.
Okay,
As for
so a lot of funding for veterans, right? 100% of everything they need. Now, no matter how much you might agree with that, which a lot of people will, that's could be a great thing. Obviously, would be a great thing if you could fund it. Again, though, free post-secondary tuition, 100% of everything veterans need, 7 to 8% flat tax.
It makes sense. I think it works out.
military, we don't have
Oh yeah,
that.
if Carbone's going to be funding it with
And
his
it's-
own money.
And we're going to be under a Republican framework. It's all going to work out, bro.
You don't even know.
But we're still going to be part of the monarchy. Don't ask me how.
I mean,
Right.
we got a big nation, small population, and no military. The borders are open. You know what? United States has made it very clear at NORAD that if something happens with Canada and they have to go to war, they're not going to defend us. And
Why is that?
So again, this is him talking about expanding our military, right? Which again would be good, but how are you going to pay for that?
Yeah. And, now that Biden's here, that was a Trump quote, wasn't it? That
Yeah,
was the NATO thing?
yeah, that was the NATO thing. He said
So-
NORAD, but he meant NATO.
So, if Biden this is here now, maybe that's going to change. Who knows? He's a leftist. You might like that, and they might start defending Canada. Or you could just also, I don't know, put into NATO. I don't know. may not. I mean, like if his worry is that the U.S. won't defend him, and he's got all this plan to throw money all around, just put money in NATO. Then you got the support.
Well, money in NATO, by the way, isn't.
I mean, like
you don't pay NATO, right? NATO just
you
requires you to pay a certain amount for your military. So expanding the military would meet the NATO requirements, right?
That's true. That's me being retarded there.
So,
Guess what? Queen Elizabeth, the monarchy that everyone talks about.
but I'm just saying,
right?
how are you going to fund that? That's the only.
With your lowering taxes and stuff, and then with all.
Will not defend us either.
With
They're not
lowering
gonna
taxes
fund
and
it.
increasing social services at the same time.
Yeah.
So we're alone, folks. The borders are not being protected. My job is all about homeland security. That's it. We got
Okay,
to
jump to like 39 minutes in, because this
39.
interview finishes at 40 minutes.
Alrighty. Sorry, 49, 59.
Oh no, just play it. Just play it from here. Just play it from here.
Got to
This is great.
strengthen that up, right?
This is like the end of the
because
interview.
right now, everyone's coming in and attacking us slowly, but they're taking over our country. We got to put a stop to this. By me being in office, I'm going to kick everybody out. They're done. Refugees and all.
We got a really big question here, and of course, you
Huge
and I
question.
have talked about the media in the past. The mainstream media,
Yeah, they don't want to
given-
talk to me.
though they
Well,
Although
don't.
some media wants to talk to you, Rob.
we're not, and that's the thing. We wore a suit today just to prove to you that we can, and we got some. I really like this shirt, but maybe don't be an elitist, because I know you start your paragraphs off by talking to the billionaires, and then this that.
Billionaires only, yeah.
Billionaires only. I don't know.
That's-
Don't be such an elitist. There's people
I
out
don't know
there
what
that-
kind of platform that.
Yeah, that's a weird one, right? Billionaires first. But I don't know. I would go, just know that there are smaller guys. Be more humble, man. We've been humble, and you've got a much bigger platform than us, and we're willing to give you a voice. Not trample all over your voice, but just give you your voice. Maybe challenge you a bit. But you're gonna have a place to
Really
voice
get
your
some
opinion.
details out, because I'd like to know how you're going to work all this out, because there's a lot of good questions that your friend's not mentioning. I don't know why, but
Yeah, I don't know why.
but I'm saying they were given $680 million
Nathan says this guy should do a flex tape commercial. Yes, he should. Yes, he should.
as a bribe by the Trudeau government. Are you going to take
And
that
that's
money back?
fine. That's fine. Hey, media. He gave you that. I'll give you $2 billion right now if you come in on my side.
and now he's bribing the media.
Now he's bright. If you come on my side, just playing the game instead of saying, if you report fairly and honestly.
Not about like, hey, if you report facts, I'll give you $2 billion. No, I'll give you $2 billion if you come in on my side.
What the fuck, bro? You've lost the point.
He's literally bribing mainstream media.
On camera. Trudeau
He's just
wasn't this dumb.
outbidding, trying to
Actually, he was.
outbid Trudeau.
Yeah.
Like,
all right.
he's like,
You
so
think
Trudeau
it's-
gave him $680 million, and he says, you know
That's
what?
wrong.
I'm gonna give you $2 billion
Yeah.
right now.
You see, oh god.
It's possible to swing them to the conservative side.
Offered it. Let's see
What if they accept the offer? What if and now since he does this, CBC, CTV, they're all like,
They're like, yeah, give me the
super-
$2 billion.
yeah, they start promoting vaccines
And
for
then
all
they-
pets and stuff.
Dude, could you imagine they actually start promoting Carbone, and then like
Yeah.
a year from now, they take him to court for $2 billion and use this video as evidence to be like, he offered us $2 billion, and then we started covering him properly. So
I mean,
he owes us the money.
yeah, it's true.
So $2 billion is on the table right now.
Attack the radicals and stay on the right side.
Gross. Disgusting.
Well, how about we take back the money from those who don't want to become conservative news outlets?
Sorry, you got to rephrase that question.
Rephrase, please. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Would you?
Sorry, what was the question? He wants to rephrase.
Well, how about we take back the money from those who don't want to become conservative news outlets?
So instead of offering $2 billion, he's saying, why don't we just take the money back?
Yeah.
Sorry, you got to rephrase that question.
Well, would you penalize the ones who took money from the Liberal government now and take that money back? Or are you saying that you're just going to
Well,
pay?
that money's just being filtered. Who cares? I mean, it's gone. Whatever. They spent it. You know what I mean? We just at some point we're just going to have to make arrests with everybody. Anyone who's been stupid.
Look, they spent what we gave them.
The media.
We got to give them more money now.
Draining the swamp, folks. Me, I'm better than Trump.
Drain the swamp.
Wait a minute. Is he saying he did pay the media?
Oh, no. That Trudeau paid the media, right?
But okay, so that money's gone. He's talking
So
about
he's
Trudeau's
saying,
money.
would you take the money back? And he's saying, well, that money's
okay.
gone, but we
That's
need to give him more money now.
What? Guess what? I'm coming for you. Either you smarten up right now, right, and fix yourself and fix up what's going on in your head, or I'm coming after you. That's the. That's
It sounds threatening.
That's for sure.
A little.
Okay, Rob. So you said you only had.
It's gonna happen.
You said you only had 40 minutes. We're at the 40-minute mark.
Chris Sky, I got only 40 minutes. You got to make sure you call me in the middle of the show.
What final statement would you like to make to, let's say,
right now he's texting Chris Sky. Fuck you, by the way.
All right, so this is the end. That's it. That was all the good stuff.
That was good fucking shit. All right, well, Rob Carbone, this is why we dressed up, because we were going to talk about Carbone. And we knew that he was not going to like if we weren't dressing up for it.